Hey lovely, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly Green Johnson and I'm here to take you on a journey. You see, last year I became a mom for the first time. I love my baby girl so much and she just celebrated her first birthday. I don't know where the time is going because when I look back on my life in the last handful of years, yeah, it looks a whole lot different. In fact, let me take you back for a minute. Especially if you are currently a woman, a mom even, a wife who has had a lot of transitions in the last handful of years. And now you're kind of finding your footing. Footing in this big world, this big bold world, and looking to figure out how to navigate that. And so for me personally, I'm going to take you on a journey, and it's going to start by going back to 2019. So 2019 is the year that I walked away from my last corporate job. So I was working with a friend of mine at the time, and leaving wasn't exactly easy, but it was necessary and it changed my entire life. Let me share how and why I took that leap and share where it's led me today. Now, mind you, I've always worked in corporate. I've worked for Fortune 500 companies, companies that you would recognize, like the UPSs and the enterprises. And I have really done the whole this is how you achieve success way of life. You climb the corporate ladder. I was checking off all the boxes to get promoted in a reasonable amount of time, to spruce up the resume with well-known companies that I was working for, particularly in human resources, where I was able to go from assistant to manager. Like, I was really climbing that corporate ladder, making all the right moves. And then I eventually landed in a role at this startup. And I was in a position where I was leading an entire team. I was traveling. I was leading presentations. Heck, I was even creating content and being in the content. And it was really exciting at first. It was really fulfilling building something and contributing to a positive impact in society because it was an impactful business. It wasn't just about making money, it was about making an impact in the community. But underneath the surface, I recognized that something wasn't right. And I ain't trying to go too much in detail here, but let's just say my numbers and my worth, which you can't really like put an exact number on, but you can make an established somewhat a reasonable amount, just wasn't matching up. And the effort and time that I was putting in really wasn't matching up to that. Not even the titles. So I had to make the difficult decision to separate myself from that business. Granted, I don't believe anything malicious was going on. I don't think anything was intentional. I I can't put words in that person's mouth about what went down or what happened. Maybe it was just neglectful. I think, again, it was a startup, so you can only provide as much as you can. And I decided I could no longer wait for a change. And we parted ways. And that was the last time I saw that person. It's okay. I wish them well. And since then, I feel essentially like I broke free from a path that was designed to help someone else. Whereas now I've been on a path to design a life that helps me and others. I stopped ignoring that feeling in my body that it was time to go, and I went. In the next few months, I took the time to really discover what my next path would be. And I launched Rise in Color, which is now Rise by Design. By then, I was certified in teaching yoga and meditation. I was working on getting my certification for life and success coaching, hypnotherapy, EFT tapping, and I had gotten a tarot card reading from a friend of my sister's who ultimately said, just keep learning and then share what you learn and you're going to have great success. My pastor at the time knew that I was going to have success in my business the following year. Like I was getting all these signs that that was the time for me to launch something for myself full time, to fully believe in myself. And I did for some time wonder if it was going to work. And I had to keep reminding myself the signs are there. God is there. I have support. Not for one day have I regretted leaving. It wasn't about quitting to escape feeling undervalued. It was choosing the path that is aligned for me and designed for me. A life where I could feel whole and fully valuable and aligned and make a massive impact in the world, doing what truly mattered to me. So after taking that leap, taking a deep breath, and starting my new chapter, we all know what happened in 2020, right? The pandemic. So much loss, so much confusion, so much fear. That was a time I hope none of us have to repeat in our lifetimes. I was on this journey of making room for me and what I wanted to do, and the world shut down. And some would think all hope would be lost, right? But leaving that job didn't just change my career, it changed my life. And it happened at the time it was supposed to happen, right before this pandemic, right before lockdown, because I was having the tools to heal and to grow and to discover myself when I had all the time in the world. And because so many people were locked down and seeking that same support, I was able to virtually make an impact, teaching classes and workshops on Zoom. Zoom was like my BFF because that's how we were connecting, right? And I was getting featured in magazines like Essence and Health and Sheen, and I was talking on podcasts. I was getting invited to be on panels. I was partnering with brands. Like my business was blowing up. I was seeing the most money I had seen working for myself, because prior to leaving in 2019, I did work a few years trying to just figure things out on my own. But I always had a job because I was like, I'm not making enough money here. Like I'm not taking a leap and leaving my salary. Crazy. So fast forward to 2020, I was making buku money, honey. And I realized this is a great way to live. I gotta keep doing this. And then personally, one particular Zoom I was on, it was called Bread for Us. A friend of mine, Della, was hosting it. And it's so crazy because I just so happened to see someone that I know who was a friend of the friend who I was working with the startup at. And he was posting a story about this brunch. And I was like, oh, this looks cool. It's like a bunch of people in various backgrounds, just really making a difference in the world, connecting, eating together, talking together about life, listening to music, which is very pandemic, right? And I said, oh, I want to join. He's like, oh, well, hit up Della. He's very cool. I'm sure he'll let you in. I hit him up, told Della what I do as a meditation instructor and all this stuff. And he was like, you want to lead a meditation? And I was like, okay. I did. Everyone loved it. I ended up doing it weekly. I was invited to do it weekly. And through that Zoom call, because of course it was on Zoom, I ended up meeting a man named Jeff, who, if you don't know, you will now know. He is someone I met through there a few months once the world started opening up around the summer. We became, like, over that time, we became really close friends. No flirty, nothing, no romantic, nothing, just friends until we met in person. And I'll save that story for another day. But we met in person, started dating a year later, got engaged a year later, got married a year later. I became pregnant a year later. We had our first daughter, and now she just turned a year old. Told you it's been a busy handful of years since 2020. The last 5 years have been a whirlwind in the best way, in the best way. Personally, I have been thriving. I'm living a life I could not have even imagined would be formed at this point. Like, how is this my reality? I am absolutely blessed. My ancestors, the family and friends I have earthside who are praying for me, those that are watching over me, I thank them immensely because I am so blessed. I ain't gonna cry on Beyonce's internet. I'm so blessed. And at the same time, I began to struggle a bit about my definition of success because I was so used to professional success and not having the personal success, for example, the family, the husband, the child. Now the roles had switched because my professional life started to diminish. Less opportunities, less phone calls, less emails, less deals, less partnerships. And I know it's because I was focusing on my family, which is the priority, helping my daughter develop and meet her milestones and have fun with her and be home and she be safe and happy and loved and cared for, being a great wife for my husband, supporting him, letting him do all his work and adventures. Like, he was hosting TV shows live. He still is when he's invited to do that. He had his own show on MSG. He's won his first Emmy. Like, I was making sure he was able to fulfill his dreams. And now mama is redefining her success because not only do I want to redefine and design my new dreams, but I want to understand that the success that I'm having personally matters. And I get it. Like, consciously, I understand it. But my subconscious was kind of fighting me on some girl. You not making the impact you used to. You're not getting the blah, blah, blah. Like, just chit chat, just nonsense. Chittavritti. It's like monkey mind, they call in Sanskrit. If you're familiar with that from yoga, it's like I learned that when I was getting my yoga teacher certificate. Ooh, tell me why the rest of this audio is missing from this video. Why? Did I let out a tear when I realized this during editing? Yes. Did I have my husband comfort me and reassure me that the second time around is going to be even better? I sure did. So here we are. Let's just jump right into it. The re-recorded version. And you know why I'm excited? Because I'm doing aligned work. I'm doing work that lights me up. Yes. I'm building a business from alignment now. In my new roles as a wife and as a mother, it looks so different from building my business back in 2019 and 2020. I'm focused on building a business that aligns with my values, that aligns with my time, that aligns with my family's time, because I don't want to be away from them, but I know that in order to make an impact in the world, there are times where I have to be. So I got to make sure it's extra, extra meaningful. Helping others thrive from within, helping others build that clarity, build emotional resilience, helping empower them to lead more intentional lives, whether it's through my workshops, my journals, my mugs, whether it's through me coming to your child's school and speaking, or going to your workplace and leading a workshop. I'm living a life where I'm no longer tied to a desk or someone else's mission. I'm no longer putting work above my well-being. I'm operating from my mission, from God's mission. And it's hard to even explain how good that feels. So I got to go back to mommy duty. But before I go, if you're feeling stuck or burnt out or feeling like you're not on the right path, I want you to hear me loud and clear. You still have time to change your life. You can walk away from what is no longer serving you. You can. You don't need my permission, but if you really, really want it, I'm going to give it to you. You have permission to rewrite your story. Give that permission to yourself now. And I know it's a crazy journey, but I got you. Okay? We in this together. I have gone along a very lengthy, beautiful path, and it had some ups and downs, but we've come out on the other side stronger, more confident, and excited and proud of where we are and definitely where we're going. And I'm here now to guide you on your journey, to show you how you can live an aligned life too, and help you build a type of success that feels like joy and freedom. And having some money is nice too. So we're going to talk about all that here on this channel. And if this resonates with you, if you vibe with my energy and what I want to share, then I invite you to subscribe and tell a friend to tell a friend. That's right. Before you go, tell somebody that you know about this channel so they can subscribe too. And then join me on this journey of transformation. And since we're on this journey of transformation, drop in the comments what area of your life you were looking to transform this year. Whether it's your finances, your relationships, your career, drop it below. I'd love to know and to support you. Let's rewrite this story. Let's redesign our life. No more living life by default. No more autopilot, only alignment. Let's rise by design. Because we just getting started. Yeah. Later, lovely.